like a bunch of badasses. Look at us. Oh, and a Dutch angle for no reason. So again, from Georgianne's perspective, maybe that's Andraste, maybe it's not. I don't... Oops, sorry. I honestly don't know, and I don't really feel strongly about it. I'm just concerned... Okay, thank you. I'm just concerned about getting the ashes. If the dragon lets us take the ashes, I don't care. If the dragon wants to fight us for the ashes, well, then the dragon wants to fight us for the ashes. I'm not going to blow that freaking horn because I don't want to aggro the dragon if I can help it.
Allow me. I could do that for
No.
you.
I don't think you can, Liliana, but let's just try it. God, look at this place. What a weird-ass mountaintop. Sulfur? Something coming from the ground. I think Georgianne would recognize that sulfur. She's lived underground her entire life. Assuming she's familiar with the smell of sulfur. And what looks like cooling magma. Holy crap. Cooling lava, anyway. That doesn't sound good. Ah, you know what?
We must be close. This is holy ground. I can feel it.
Colgrim did mention a guardian. Andraste's arrows interrupt spellcasting. That I will make room for. Hello, Guardian.
I bid you welcome, Pilgrim.
This is very Last Crusade all of a sudden. I am here for the Urn of Sacred Ashes.
You have come to honor Andraste, and you shall, if you prove yourself worthy.
You must choose wisely. I need the ashes to cure a noble man. Noble both by birth and because he seems like a decent bloke.
Still, you must prove yourself worthy. It is not my place to decide your worthiness. The gauntlet does that. If you are found worthy, you will see the urn and be allowed to take a small pinch of the ashes for yourself. If not...
So I'm allowed to take a small pinch no matter what. I didn't realize that was part of the deal when Colgrim first described it to me. I thought I could take the whole thing. Okay, what is the gauntlet?
The gauntlet tells the true pilgrims from the false. You will undergo 4 tests of faith, and we shall see how your soul fares.
Oh, shit. Okay, but I'm not a chantry person. I'm not an Andraste follower. I'm not a maker believer. Why? What am I supposed to do here? Can you tell me anything else about this gauntlet?
You will understand what it is when you face it.
Okay, I will enter.
Before you go, there is something I must ask. I see that the path led you here was not easy.
You don't frickin' say.
There is suffering in your past. Your suffering and the suffering of others.
Oh,
You rose above your caste to become a Grey Warden, but you left behind your family, who relied on you. Tell me, Pilgrim, did you fail them?
this guy, both in appearance and in voice, is reminiscent of Duncan, and I'm kind of wondering if that's intentional. That my character is now supposed to be reflecting on what brought them here, namely Duncan, and whether or not following Duncan was the right choice. When he first said, like, "Oh, your path here was not easy," I was thinking he was talking about since the village and the cultists and everything, but he means from time immemorial. I should have done more to get them out of there. No, I don't think I should have. My sister seemed good. She could take care of my mom. And I think if I would have stayed, I would have been in more trouble than if I'd left. The question is, how do you know of my past?
Your path is laid out before me and plain to see. In the lines of your face and the scars on your heart. Do you believe you failed your friends and family?
I was concerned about it at the time, but no, I feel confident now. They told me I should leave. I believe I made the right choice. I don't think Duncan steered me wrong.
Then you do not dwell on past mistakes. Neither yours nor someone else's.
It's easy for others to judge what you've done in hindsight, but it doesn't make it any better.
One wonders what this Guardian's purpose is. Be wary of his traps.
Thank you, Morgan.
What's past is past. Why bring it up and open old wounds?
And what of those that follow you? Alistair, Knight, and Warden. You wonder if things would have been different if you were with Duncan on the battlefield. You could have shielded him from the killing blow. You wonder, don't you, if you should have died and not him.
Yes. If Duncan had been saved and not me, everything would be better. If I just had the chance, maybe I...
And you, why do you say the Maker speaks to you, when all know that the Maker has left? He spoke only to Andraste.
The Maker has left.
Do you believe yourself her equal?
I never said that.
In Orlais you were someone. In Lothering, you feared you would lose yourself, become a drab sister, and disappear. When your brothers and sisters of the cloister criticized you for what you professed, you were hurt, but you also reveled in it.
Interesting.
You felt special. You enjoyed the attention, even if it was negative.
You're saying that I made it up for the attention? I did not. I know what I believe.
And you, Morrigan, Flemeth's daughter, what?
Begone, spirit. I will not play your games.
Yeah,
I will respect.
yeah, that's good.
The way is open. Good luck, and may you find what you seek.
Okay, so really quick, I feel like the difference between decent games and great games is when they take little moments that they've built into the game and if they don't just, like, there are so many games I'm thinking of, like, oh gosh, I don't know, The Elder Scrolls does this, for instance, right? Because it's not a multiplayer game, you don't usually have followers, but even when you do, they're basically just swords. They're just hired hands. There's no characterization to them beyond, like, ah, this character is a woman. This character is a mage, you know, like, there's not a lot of depth. I feel like the difference between a good game and a great game is when they take a moment that they've built into the game for your character and then say, hey, what would this particular incident mean for the other people in your party? And that's what this was. That's very interesting. Alistair's Survivor's Guild is pretty natural. That's probably the most obvious route they could go there, but it's still good. Leliana's is interesting because we have always taken her at her word. And here this guy is kind of poking holes in her like, oh, do you really believe that you are as blessed as Andraste? Which she clearly didn't like. She was like, ooh, I know what I believe. Don't challenge me, you know, but he hit a nerve, obviously. And it was also, even though we didn't learn anything about her, it was a character moment for Morrigan too, in that she was just like, you know what, get the fuck out of here, dude. Don't waste my fucking time. That's good. I really like that. That was not something I expected. I am confused, though, for a moment, because the Chantry and Liliana very much, and even Alistair to a certain extent, still speak about the Maker as if they were still a force in the world. But this Gauntlet guy clearly spoke of them as if it was past tense, like the Maker has left, we're on our own now. And I presume that the Maker would have left since the Golden City was turned into the Black City. It's different. It's not what I was expecting. It's not what Georgianne would know about the world to this point.
The smallest lark could carry it, while a strong man might not. Of what do I speak?
Oh god, riddles. Okay, so riddle games are tricky. Fantasy stories have been trying to pull off riddle games ever since The Hobbit, because The Hobbit has the most famous riddle game in history, I think. Multiple choice answers don't really work for riddle games, for obvious reasons, right? Because the right answer is in this list somewhere, I presume. Whereas if I, Georgianne, was facing off against some spirit in a riddle game, I wouldn't have a prepared list to choose from. I would just have to fucking reason my way through it and pick something out, which is considerably harder than, you know, picking. Like, I could roll a die, and the 1 out of 6 chance that I would be right would be way better than me trying to guess blindly. I know why games do this, but I don't feel like it really works as a multiple choice thing. I don't know how you could do it without multiple choice. I don't think it would work. I guess what I'm advocating is that just avoid this entirely. Do away with this, unless it's like a tabletop situation where the DM and the player can back and forth about, you know, details, hints, that kind of thing. But yeah, I think as a whole, CRPGs, the riddle game doesn't really work. That said, let's treat this reasonably. Smallest. Wait, I need to hear that again. I'm sorry. I was going off on a tangent there.
The smallest lark could carry it, while a strong man might not.
Song,
Of
a
what
tune.
do I speak?
Song, a melody. Yes, a tune.
Yes, I was Andraste's dearest friend in childhood, and always we would sing. She celebrated the beauty of life, and all who heard her would be filled with joy. They say the Maker himself was moved by Andraste's song, and then she sang no more of simple things.
Whoa! Okay. This confirms 2 things for us. One, the Guardian is truly the protector of Andraste's real ashes, because these ghosts are here to protect her ashes, and they seem to be, we'll find out, but it seems like they're all people that knew her in life. That's pretty remarkable. Second, it confirms for us that the dragon outside is not Andraste. Seems pretty reasonable to think, especially if, as Colgrim said, the dragon outside is trying to stop the keeper is not simpatico with the dragon, you know.
Echoes from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light. Of what do I speak?
Dreams?
A dream came upon me as my daughter slumbered beneath my heart. It told of her life, and of her betrayal and death. I am sorrow and regret. I am a mother weeping bitter tears for a daughter she could not save.
Andraste's mother. So here's a question. Are these truly the spirits of the people that knew Andraste in real life, or are they just kind of simulacra of those spirits? Because if Andraste's mother is doomed to hang out in this temple forever, that's kind of a shame. Andraste seems like way too important of a creature for her mother's spirit to be held in this castle on the mountaintop rather.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The debt of blood must be paid in full. Of what do I speak?
The Old Testament. That would be vengeance, I presume.
Yes, my husband Hissarion would have chosen a quick death for Andraste. I made him swear that she would die publicly with her war leaders, that all would know the Imperium's strength. I am justice. I am vengeance. Blood can only be repaid in blood.
It's very much worth it for everybody to pay attention to when blood is mentioned and what they say about it. Colgrim said that blood has power, blood has magic. These people are saying, that ghost said, blood is vengeance, blood is justice.
I'd neither a guest nor a trespasser be. In this place I belong, that belongs also to me. Of what do I speak?
I would say home, yes?
It was my dream for the people to have a home of their own, where we would have no masters but ourselves. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and thus we followed Andraste against the Imperium.
Elves followed Andraste.
And so were we.
That's interesting. That's news to Georgianne. General Mathrath.
Poison of the soul, passion's cruel counterpart. From love she grows, till love lies slain. Of what do I speak?
Love's cruel counterpart rather tells me it's jealousy.
Yes, jealousy drove me to betrayal. I was the greatest general of the Alamari, but beside her I was nothing. Hundreds fell before her on bended knee. They loved her, as did the Maker. I loved her too. But what man can compare with a god?
So a human man who was in love with Andraste, and because Andraste was devoted to the Maker, he felt unrequited, and so he ended up betraying her. Interesting.
The bones of the world stretched towards the sky's embrace, veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom.
Mountains.
Of what do I speak?
Mountaintops. Mountains.
Yes. I carried Andraste's ashes out of Tevinter into the mountains to the east, where she could gaze ever into her Maker's sky. No more fitting a tomb than this could we find.
So this is the dude that brought her here, or her ashes here. Disciple Cather.
No man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword. Comes from nothing, but will fell the strongest armies. Of what do I speak?
Give it to me one more time, sorry.
No man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword. Comes from nothing, but will fell the strongest armies. Of what do I speak?
Hunger, starvation.
Yes, hunger was the weapon used against the wicked men of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker kindled the sun's flame, scorching the land. Their crops failed, and their armies could not march. Then he opened the heavens and bade the waters flow, and washed away their filth. I am Kefir, disciple of Andraste and commander of her armies. I saw these things done and knew the Makers smiled on us.
One more.
She wields the broken sword and separates true kings from tyrants. Of what do I speak?
She wields the broken sword, separates true kings from tyrants. Time. She wields the broken sword, separates true kings from tyrants. Tyrants can be long-lived. Mercy. I'm going to say tyrants can live as long as good kings. There's no difference in time there, just apart from what's arbitrary. Mercy would be what separates the tyrants from the good kings.
Yes, I could not bear the sight of Andraste's suffering, and mercy bade me end her life. I am the penitent sinner, who shows compassion as he hopes compassion will be shown to him.
This gauntlet is pretty freaking brilliant. I mean, the riddles are more easily solved in a multiple choice list, but in terms of what this teaches us about the cult of Andraste and the Maker and all the people that interact with Andraste over her life, that's more informative than any interaction we've had with anybody in the Chantry or Liliana or anybody else for that matter. It's been very good. Whoa! What the fuck? You cannot possibly be Lesky.
Oh, I'm not. Just a memory pulled out of your head, huh? Tell me nothing. You never really cared about us.
Hey.
You knew you were meant for greater things. Up there.
No.
The surface.
I didn't think about the surface at all until I left. You know I had to leave. You told me to leave.
That's the way it goes, isn't it? You can't afford to think about the past. You have to look forward. I'm proud of you for moving on. Here, I found this lying around and I've no use for it. I know you'll do something good with it. Goodbye, my friend.
My inventory might be full, sir. Items received. Well, shit. What was it? I have no idea. Oh. Was it this? Expert Paralyze Rune? That's quite good. My god. That was interesting. Ooh. Oh no! Oh no! We must fight our very selves! Okay. Better go for Morrigan first, if I'm being honest. Morrigan, can you paralyze Alistair? Not paralyze, but you know what I mean. Shit, stunned. I have no healing. Morrigan seems to be turning into something. Namely a giant spider. Alistair is pretty much down. Shit. Yeah, that wasn't gonna work. Okay, gang. Well, it's up to you two, girls.
Hurry.
Georgianne's down. It's just Morrigan now. No, this is never gonna work. Okay. I presume the party that we're fighting has no injuries, so we're actually weaker than them. Okay, what if we just frickin' retreat? I have nothing. I have nothing I can give Georgianne. God damn it, she's down. Resisted the paralysis, huh? Hmm. No, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. What the hell? Hmm. No, it's no good. We're dead. Okay, this is gonna be the toughest fight. I don't know. This might be the toughest fight since Colgrim. When in doubt, keep retreating. Shit. What happened to Alistair? Is he already... Yeah, okay. Item set, but it doesn't seem like he's already frozen.
You need help?
Resisted. Fuck. Okay. That didn't go so great.
You will learn to fear me. All right. I tried to be strong.
God damn it, Alistair's already down. God, I don't think we stand a chance. Dude, what the hell? I'm facing like the very best possible iteration of myself. It's... I'm facing myself at full health, no injuries. If I retreat into a corner here.
On it.
And then the rest of the party just hang back, attack.
All right. Make a preserver.
Okay. Shit, I think Morgan just resisted it. Ah, fuck. Georgianne's gonna be down in literally just a second. Oh, God. Ugh. Okay. Do we stand a chance? I don't know. Morgan is a frickin' swarm of something. Can we force field Morgan? And all of us attack Liliana. Okay, everybody. Attack Morrigan! Don't let her get up as whatever it is she's gonna try to get up as. A bear, apparently. What does that do? Does that help us? Freezer? Maybe Paralyzer? There we go. That worked. Another injury.